Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the corporate world's slightly less interesting documents. And today we've got a name change brewing that might just be a bigger deal than it sounds. Ever wonder what happens behind the scenes when a big investment fund decides to switch things up? Well, today we're diving into a filing from Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF, and it is all about a little update that could mean a lot. So as of the 23rd of December 2025, Grayscale Investment Sponsors, LLC, the folks behind the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF, announced they're planning to rename the trust. It is not just a cosmetic change, folks. This could signal a shift in strategy for how they're handling Ethereum. This is what we call a Form 8K filing, which is basically a report for significant events that shareholders should know about. Think of it as a company's way of saying, hey, something important just happened. This particular 8K is announcing a name change, and it is not a small one. They're planning to change the name of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF to Grayscale Ethereum Staking ETF. This name change is expected to become official around the 5th of January of next year. Now, why is this a big deal? The name staking is the keyword here. Staking is a process in some cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, where you lock up your digital coins to help secure the network, and in return, you get rewarded. This suggests Grayscale isn't just holding Ethereum anymore. They're looking to actively participate in its network through staking. The good news for investors is that your shares are expected to keep trading on the NICE Arca, and that ticker symbol ETHI isn't changing. So your investment should remain accessible and visible in the same way. They also made it clear that any old stock certificates you might have are still perfectly valid. No need to rush out and swap them. This announcement really boils down to Grayscale wanting to reflect a more active role in the Ethereum ecosystem. By renaming it to Staking ETF, they are clearly signaling to investors that this fund will be directly involved in earning rewards from staking Ether. This is a significant move because staking can generate yield, which could translate into higher returns for investors compared to simply holding the asset. To make this name change official, they'll be updating their foundational trust documents. This is standard procedure for any significant structural or naming change within a trust. It ensures that all legal and operational aspects align with the new identity and purpose. Now, you might be wondering about the juicy financial details, but this specific filing, an 8K focused on an event, doesn't typically contain the deep financial tables you'd find in a quarterly or annual report. We're not seeing a detailed breakdown of their assets under management, performance figures, or fees here. This filing is purely about the operational change and the name update. If you are looking for those numbers, you'd typically find them in a 10Q for quarterly reports or a 10K for annual reports. It is worth noting that Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF is incorporated in Delaware, which is a common state for many corporations and investment vehicles due to its favorable business laws. The commission file number and IRS employer identification number are just standard identifiers for regulatory purposes. And as expected, the filing is signed off by key personnel. In this case, Edward McGee, the Chief Financial Officer of Grayscale Investment Sponsors, LLC, has signed on behalf of the trust. This indicates the seriousness and executive oversight behind this announced change. So, what does this all mean for Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF and its investors? Well, it signals a clear shift towards a more active investment strategy. Instead of just being a passive holder of Ethereum, they are preparing to actively generate yield through staking. This could potentially lead to higher returns for investors, but it also comes with its own set of risks. Staking can involve technical complexities, potential penalties for network misbehavior, and lock-up periods that might restrict liquidity. The competition in the ETF space, especially for crypto-related products, is fierce. And Grayscale is clearly trying to differentiate itself and potentially offer more value to its investors by embracing staking. It's a move that could make their Ethereum offering more competitive and attractive to those seeking income, generating opportunities within the crypto market. Now, looking at this change from a broader perspective, it shows how seriously Grayscale is taking the evolution of the crypto market. As Ethereum itself has moved towards mechanisms like staking, it makes sense for investment vehicles focused on it to adapt. This isn't just a name change, it is a strategic pivot that could position them for growth in a rapidly changing financial landscape. The opportunities lie in capturing the yield from a maturing Ethereum network, but the risks include the inherent volatility of digital assets and the technical challenges of effective and secure staking operations. Alright. That is our breakdown of Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF's recent announcement. What is your take on this name change and the move towards staking? Do you think it is a smart strategic play or a risky gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this quick dive into corporate announcements was helpful, hitting that like button really makes a difference for the channel. And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into the world of finance and corporate moves. Don't forget to join our Discord community in the description for even more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Corporate Decoder.